Okay, let's start. Greetings to all. Welcome to AWS training session. Before continuing, just a moment. So if you are not in a position to speak up, raise the hand. So I'm in a position to allow you to speak. Okay. Okay, that's all. Let me share the screen and start this. Okay. This is session 3. Okay. So once again, welcome to AWS Solution Architect Associate. This is a day 3 session and batch number 183. What is today's agenda is we are going to create EC2 instance, Windows Server in AWS Cloud. Okay. So before proceeding, just whoever not part of WhatsApp community, please be part of WhatsApp community, and you are in a position to get the details as soon as you log into that logiclabstechnology.com, wherein you can find upcoming batches information. You can click on upcoming batches. No need to register, just upcoming, click on upcoming batches, wherein you are in a position to find this WhatsApp group link, Zoom link, and course you can enroll for the course and what is the course content. Each and every information is available in this particular logiclabstechnology.com. So you are in a position to get what is our batch. It is 183. It is not only related to this batch, whatever the batch you are looking for, whatever the course you are looking for to upskill, enhance your skills, you can enroll respective batch by clicking on the WhatsApp community. Be part of WhatsApp community so that you are going to get periodic updates. And at the same time, what are the sessions? Initially, we mentioned that first 5 sessions. This is a day 3 session, and 3 more sessions will be published in YouTube, wherein you can in a position to get that records without registration. Once you are go through that 5 3 sessions, you can understand where we are, what is my expectation is meeting to get this course or not. Once these 5 sessions, you are allowed to register. Only whoever registered participant, they are going to get a new Zoom link to continue on the same course. That is 6th session onwards, there will be a new Zoom link will be shared to each and every registered participant. So be part of WhatsApp community. And if you don't have this WhatsApp community information, you can click on this logiclabstech.com, wherein you are in a position to find upcoming batches information. In upcoming batches, you can find this batch number 183, and you can click here so that you are going to get a WhatsApp link. You can be part of that. Yeah. If you have any concerns, you can reach us on support@logiclabstech.com, and you can call us on these following numbers. Yeah. I'm going to provide this information, whatever the as much the requirement, that transcription, whatever the video, is there any possibility to run the transcription at the bottom of the recording session so that others can understand easily? I'll pass this information to management to get that added. Yeah. So all these sessions, okay, will be uploaded to LMS. This is a separate portal wherein registered participant will get a notification about this portal information, wherein you are in a position to access whatever the sessions, recorded sessions, along with note files. This is the running notes. Whatever the points we are going to discuss, these running notes will be uploaded along with the recorded session. So you are in a position to access that board. Yeah. Let's move on. So what is a recap? In previous session, we discussed about certification part. What was the certification part? What is a pre-requirement? There are no pre-requirements to complete the certification. You can enroll any certification. You can complete any certification without looking for a previous certification. The only thing is that according to your expertise, according to your knowledge, you can attend any exam. There is no pre-requirements to complete uh, succeeder exams. Okay. So certification part, that's what we discussed about. We are going to cover in this training module cloud practitioner as well as solution architect associate. These two things certification are eligible, or you can get the knowledge to clear the both exams. Cloud practitioner, we mentioned that to whom it is required. Only it is eligible for managers who are looking for the certification to perform the management activities as sales professional. They can go with that AWS certification part. See here, yesterday it's not didn't work. So let's see. This is the details. What is the details? How much time, exam duration, what is the cost of the cloud practitioner, how many questions will be there. You can schedule the exam, prepare for the exam. All the terms will be available. You can prepare the exams. Sample tests will be available, pre-tests available. You can practice those and understand the concept and clear the exam. Yeah. This is all about, we discussed about certification part, and we registered free tier account. Free tier account, it is a mandatory. Why free tier account? We have to practice whatever the things we are going to learn. You have to practice. To practice, you need to register your account. What is your register? You need whatever the mail ID you are going to have. You have to register so that you are going to get a free tier account. Free tier account wherein you are in a position to practice. Okay. We discussed about what are the limitations about a free tier account. Okay. And we discussed about what is the requirement, where the requirement is going to come into picture, why we need to look for a particular service. Okay. That's what we need to understand, the hierarchy from where it is going to come. For every requirement, it is going to come from a user. How many users are going to look for that particular service? Based on the user's requirement, the company is going to create application. To create that application, what are the key requirements? Everything. First, user requirements. From user requirement, how to fulfill user requirement, what kind of interface I need to develop. That developer is going to develop that application. That application, where to run, what is the base it is required. That's where the operating system is going to come into picture. For each and every operating system to run, it requires a system. That system may be a physical system, virtual system, or it may be a cloud. Okay, that's what we discussed. And at the same time, what is a system? A system is nothing but a components, five major components: motherboard, processor, RAM, storage, network. Without these five components, I cannot call it as a system. Once we have these five components, I can call it as system and then proceed to install respective operating system. Right? What is today's agenda? We are straight away go to log into this Amazon portal and try to start that instance. While deploying instance, we are going to cover about some theory topics along with the practical live session. Okay, let's proceed to log in AWS Management Console. I hope everyone registered your account, free tier account. It is mandatory for each and every session. Don't neglect. Okay, you have to log in. Once you register, you are in a position to practice. Practice is very, very important. It is not important to join the session. Whatever the topics you are going to get from this training module, you have to get hands-on. Otherwise, you are not in a position to get the knowledge. Let me log in Amazon, whatever the free tier account. I'm logged into that free tier account. That is, I'm keep on telling free tier account. Why? I'm not going to get charged by using these services. There is a limitations we discussed yesterday already. Okay, let's proceed with the deployment. Where to deploy? Yesterday, we just connected to this management console, wherein we explored what are the services are available by clicking on the services. As soon as you log in, you are in a position to log in management. This is the services tab, wherein you click on the services. You are going to get the list of these services. So you can choose what service you are looking for. This is the way it is. Once you log in only, you are in a position to understand where to go, where to click to get desired service. Okay, this is called navigation. If you are not logged in, registered your account, you are not in a position to access this portal, and if you are not in a position to practice. So it is very much important to register. Hope everyone registered already. Okay, let's proceed. I'm going to click on EC2. EC2, what is EC2? EC2 is nothing but Elastic Compute Cloud. One second. Okay. EC2. What is EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic is it is going to expand. That's a name they provided. That's it. What is EC2? It is just they are going to call it as instance. EC2 instance. Okay. What is instance? Instance is nothing but I'm going to call it as in general term system. I'm going to call it as a server. So why we are going to call it as, it is just a naming standard. My laptop is there. I'm going to call it as a laptop. I'm going to call it as a desktop. Why? What is a desktop versus server? Can anyone? What is a desktop versus server? Which one I'm going to call it as server? Which one I'm going to call it as a desktop? Both require a system. We know what is system. Now tell me, the system, my laptop, I'm going to call it as a desktop. Can I call this laptop, same laptop, and I can call it as a server? When I can call it as a desktop, when I can call it as a server? If you are not able to speak up, please raise hand. Can anyone? What is a desktop versus server? When I'm going to call it as desktop, when I'm going to call it as server? Yes, please, Azmi.
From my understanding, a desktop should be a PC, a personal computer, and it will be called a server when it has to do with many different users.
Okay. So that is perfect. Okay, anyone else? What is a desktop versus server?
So desktop is an individual, the applications running in the PC is used by as an individual, and the server is applications will serve for public.
Public in the sense?
So outside world through the internet.
Client, public in the sense client.
Okay. Is it a single client or multiple clients?
Multiple clients.
Yes. Okay. Public. Okay. Now, so simple thing is that desktop versus a server, I'm going to call it as I'm going to use a system. When I have the system is nothing but processor, RAM, storage, network. If I have these 5 components, I can install an operating system. What operating system I'm going to install? If it is a Windows operating system also have the 2 kind of versions. One is desktop OS. What is server OS? Why I'm going to call it as desktop OS? It is a single user interface. Single user interface, whereas that is desktop operating system. Only one user can use that system at any point at given time. Whereas in server, the same system, I'm going to install an operating system. That operating system, I'm going to call it as a server. Why I'm going to call it as a server? It is multi-user capable to log into that server and perform that operation. It may be system. I'm going to call it as system. On the same system, I can install a desktop operating system, a server operating system. I need to fulfill certain requirements to install respective operating system, right? What is the memory, what is the capacity, and all those things. So hope you understand what is a desktop and server. Now in this EC2 instance, I'm going to call it as in AWS, we are going to call it as it is EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. Compute is nothing but these 5 components. What are the 5 components we are talking about? Motherboard, processor, RAM, storage network. That is nothing but a compute where we are going to install application. To install application, I need a system, I need an operating system. On top of operating system, I'm going to load application. Okay. Now, one more, client versus server. What is the client versus server? Now we understood that desktop versus server. Now what is the client versus server?
The client is who is connecting to the server. The server is which is serving to the client.
Exactly. Client is nothing but whoever looking for some information. A server is nothing but whoever providing the information to whoever looking the information, right? This is a client and server relationship. It doesn't matter. A desktop is there. Desktop, I'm going to call it desktop and desktop. Now in this form, both are desktop only. Now we need to understand who is going to client, who is going to get client server. Here, for example, this particular desktop is looking for one particular file from this particular desktop, desktop A and desktop B. From desktop A, it is looking for some file which is available on desktop B. That means it is looking for some information. In this scenario also, the client and server concept is going to come into picture. Okay, it doesn't matter server versus server. In this server versus server, again the client and server relation will be there. Client is nothing but it is looking for some information, whereas server is providing the information, sharing the information. Okay, now coming back to that EC2, we know that I'm going to click on Amazon Management Console, wherein I'm going to click on Compute, where it is available EC2. The EC2 functionality is available under Services. That is the first step. Compute, under Compute EC2. Okay, I'm going to click on EC2, or else if you are not sure where to go, I can directly type here in this search tab. You can type here in this search tab. Okay, wherein you can mention what you are looking for, EC2. Okay, so directly you can click on this particular EC2. Okay, this is also coming to the same thing, that is EC2 dashboard. Where to click? How do we click a server? In general, to deploy a server, I'm going to keep on calling as a server because we are working in enterprise environment wherein the number of users are going to connect. So we have to deploy operating system which server OS. That's the reason I'm keep on calling server. Okay, I can deploy even desktop operating system also. Now come back to this topic. Deploy a server. In general, I need a system, OS to be downloaded, installation, configuration, connect. These are the things are there, right? To deploy a system, need to configure and then connect. These are the steps. Now, in the same, what I need to do in cloud, how easy it is. For in traditional environment, to deploy this content, one particular server, to deploy a single server, I need to purchase a system. I need to download the OS. I need to configure the installation and then configure the credentials and all those things. To perform all these operations, I need to spend amount. How much amount I need to spend, how many hours I'm going to spend. The same thing, how we are going to get in a simplest way without any cost involvement, how we are going to get a same server. There is no system there. I'm no need to look for OS download, ISO installation, no need to perform installation. Simply how we are going to perform in cloud, that is EC2 deployment. See here, in this particular Amazon Management Console, we selected EC2, wherein we will launch that EC2 dashboard. Under EC2 dashboard, there is an option, launch instance. Here we are going to call it as instance. Instance is nothing but a system or a server, whatever it may be. If a system is there, say system, I'm going to say system. If I install on the same system desktop OS, I'm going to call it as a desktop system, right? If I install the OS, server OS on the same system, I'm going to call it server system, isn't it? So what operating system, what OS we are going to select? So here, coming to this instance, launch instance, there is how it is going to get, okay? We are going to deploy a system, a server on cloud by using EC2 service, that is EC2 instance. What are the operating systems are available? I need to choose operating system, what kind of operating system, how many flavors are available. Amazon Linux is there, Mac OS is there, Ubuntu is there, Windows is there. For each operating system, there is a pre-requirement. That is, pre-requirements means hardware. I cannot install Mac operating system in x86. There is a separate hardware is available to install Mac OS, isn't it? So we are not looking for any system here to deploy a server. Straight away, I'm connecting to this particular cloud, wherein I'm going to select a desired. I'm going to select Windows. As soon as I select Windows, it is going to prompt me whatever the images. What is this? Amazon machine image. What is this? AMI. AMI is nothing but Amazon machine image. Amazon machine image. What is this Amazon machine image? It is nothing but a predefined configuration. In this particular example, we are going to deploy a server, means I need to choose a hardware. I need to download a ISO image for the respective ISO OS and install configuration. Then only I can connect. Now, without anything, everything is deployed as a package. That is, they'll create an image, a pre-configured image that they are going to call it as Amazon machine image. That's what it is. Predefined configuration is available. What is the operating system? What are the options are available here in this particular drop down? See here how easy it is. It is going to take time to explain the things. Once you practice one or twice, the third time onwards, you are going to create a server within 2 minutes. Let's proceed and see. So I selected Windows and I selected this particular Amazon machine image. Machine image AMI is nothing but it is a predefined configuration of respective operating system. So one more thing, important thing we need to see here. This is the important thing. Is my selection is eligible for free tier? Is my selection is eligible free tier? That means I'm not going to get charged to use this particular deployment, not even 1 paisa. Okay. So if you drop down here, there are different options available. See here, this is a free tier eligible. Second server also core base 2019 operating system. This is also free tier. There are some operating systems. There is no free tier eligibility. See here, there is no free tier. It is a chargeable. You can see that once you select this particular thing, it is going to display how much it is going to charge for the respective deployment. See here, What is the deployment? To select this, whatever the service. If I select free tier, in free tier, if it is not free tier is not available, this free tier is not available. And whatever the selection EMI is, free tier is available here. You need to make sure while deploying the image. If you are not looking at this particular area, if you are not looking at this free tier option is not available here, you are going to get charged, because while registering our account, we provided credit debit card details. Okay, it is not going to detect the amount directly, but it is going to prompt for you to, you have to pay this much amount. Okay, so please avoid that. You need to make sure free tier selection. What is the details? See here, for each version, there is a charge, hourly based charge is there. Whatever the charge, whatever the image you are going to select, hourly base. If it is a free tier account, that means we have 750 hours of limitation, 750 hours per month. I can use this service. Okay, we are going to see that. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select free tier account, that is the base operating system, selected free tier. The free tier option is available. Next, what I selected? I selected only Windows, one click. I didn't select, it is already selected by default. I need to only cross check this free tier eligible is highlighted or not. I didn't select anything, it is default is there. Next, proceed. What is the instance type? It is a free tier, it is no change. The important second option, I selected only one click, that is Windows. Then here, the key pair. What is a key pair? Whenever you are going to load an operating system, what is required? Operating system install. You have completed the installation on your laptop. How you are able to get into that operating system? You have to provide credentials, right? So that credentials, it is going to provide. I didn't deploy this particular AMI image. I didn't deploy. This is predefined configuration. I'm not downloading ISO image to configure. It has a predefined configuration wherein it is going to have the details to log in. How the login is going to register. This image, whatever the image is there, it has a public key. And we are going to get a credentials. How we are going to get credentials? We are going to create a key pair. See here, key pair. What is the key pair? With this key pair only, we are in a position to log into this particular server. Okay, so what we need to do? I need to create a key pair. Proceed without key pair means the server can be deployed, but there won't be any option to log in. So that's the reason we need to create a key pair. What is a key pair? Key pair is nothing but it is creating login authentication. Okay. What is authentication? Authorization. What is authentication authorization? Anyone? Can anyone?
Authentication will allow inside, it just validate the credentials, whether you are the correct person to log in or you are having an access to that particular machine or server. The authorization is given roles whether you can do that particular work.
Exactly.
After logging.
Yeah, thanks. So authentication is nothing but identity. You are allowed, for example, access card is there. You are an IT employee, you have an access card. By looking at that access card, you are allowed to enter to the building. Once you are going to swipe to respective floor, to enter into the respective floor, you are going to swipe the card. That means, are you allowed to get into that floor? Who is going to decide? That authorization, that is role permission to perform certain activity. Okay. Here in this Amazon instance, wherein the key pair is going to place this particular authorization, you have that details. Now with that details, it is going to provide authorization to log in. This is a create a new key pair. I'm going to click on create new pair. I'm going to mention batch 183. This is win key. This whatever the key it is there, this key it is going to have registered with whatever the credentials are there on that particular image. There will be a public key is available, and whatever the key we are going to create here, it is a private key. Both keys are interact with each other, identify with each other. You are allowed to log in. So we are going to key pair. You are pairing the information. Thus, image, whatever image you selected, AMI image you selected, that is Windows image. That image has some information, that is a key. A lock is there. We are creating a key to that to enter, open that lock. Okay, that is private key. What kind of information we need to choose? Now, this private key should be .pem. .ppk, it is for other purpose. To do for Windows authentication, we have to use .pem. Okay, it is already selected PEM file. Just I'm going to mention the name and create a key pair. That's it. It is going to save in my location. We have to keep this key pair. If you lost this key pair, you are not in a position to connect this particular machine. Okay, this is going to play a vital role to connect this machine. Okay, so just second click. What a second click I did, I created a name for key pair to generate a key pair and load in my system. Now I'm not going to do anything. Let it be default, and we are going to discuss about network settings, storage, and all those things later. Okay, that's it. Only 2 clicks. How many clicks I did? I selected Windows and I created a key pair. What is a security group? Security group by default, it is going to come under the network settings, and the security group, it is going to be available. What type of security group it is going to create? By default, whatever the image, whatever the Amazon machine image you are going to select, it is going to allow security group. What is a security group? What is a security group? Security group is nothing but it is going to allow. What is that? We need to understand OSI model. OSI model, 7 layers will be there. In 7 layers, the application, whatever the packet communication from one end to another end, communication is going to happen. The communication is going to send from one end to other end with the help of network datagram, network packet we call it as. That network packet is going to travel within these 7 layers in each place. Understand what that network packet is. Now, in this particular system, we are very much important security group, what we are going to connect, how we are going to connect. Okay, this is application ports. Application ports. This is a Windows system. We are going to connect with Windows system with RDP. RDP remote desktop protocol. Sorry for the spelling mistakes. You can Google it. What is a port number? Application port number. For each and every application, network packet is going to travel and understand what that packet is belongs to. Okay, this port number 3389. This is the port number. It is allowed to open by default. See here, allow RDP traffic from. What is allow traffic from? This is, I didn't select. I'm just explaining. It is going to create a default security group, and it is going to anywhere. I can connect this cloud system from anywhere, any place. Okay, this is a default port. Okay, we are going to see that how we are going to connect. That's it. We are going to able to launch create instance. So only 2 things I created. One is only selected the Windows, and key pair. In this particular key pair, I selected PEM file, PEM file. Whatever the file it is downloaded, that is .pem. See here, batch 186 windows key dot pem file. This file we need to keep it in a secure place. If you lost this key pair, whatever the server I am going to deploy, I'm not in a position to connect. Okay, just launch instance. I configured on all those things. Just I'm going to click on launch instance. That's it. It is going to create instance. It is going to create a system. It is going to install operating system, whatever the operating system is selected. Okay. Back to the TCT dashboard. Sorry. So here the instance is going to get created. Let's see instance, whatever the instance it is there. Still it's not get ready. It is going to come back. Use dashboard instances. Wait for 2 moments. Yes, the instance gets ready. See here, initially it is going to start preparing. Once it is states is running, we are happy to connect. It is going to get status check. See here, the status check. Once the status check is ready, we are able to successfully connect it. Okay. What we are going to do this? What we are going to do this? Yeah, I didn't mention the tag. What is this? This is the tag. I'm going to mention this instance ID. This is unique ID at the cloud portal, that is AWS cloud portal. It is going to give an ID for that particular instance. I'm going to name it for my understanding what instance it is. I'm going to click on this tag. This is a tag. I'm going to provide the name. I'm going to provide name 183 batch 183 Windows 2022. What are the name? It is up to you. Okay, I'm just provided the name. As soon as I move the mouse here, I'm going to get an option. Click on edit. So I'm in a motion to mention the name. Now see that status check has to complete to connect this. Click on this. Still it is going to get. Let's go ahead and get it. Before that, I'm going to check what is the details. I need to capture some details to connect this particular instance from anywhere. Okay, even you are in a position to connect. I'm going to provide the details how to connect from anywhere. Everyone is going to have maybe Windows. It is my internet problem, I think so. Generally, it won't take this much of time. Due to my internet slowness, it is taking this much of time. Otherwise, it is going to within 2 minutes, everything will get ready. So I'm going to click on this particular instance ID. What are the details I need to capture? What are the details I need to capture? See here, I can see the public IP address and private IP address. We need to understand what is a public and private IP. We need to understand what is public IP versus private IP. Okay. From this public IP, private IP, we need to understand how the communication is going to send. So I'm going to copy this public IP information. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to paste this information by using this IP address. I'm going to connect. What is the public IP address? And at the same time, public IP version 4 DNS. What is the DNS? DNS is nothing but a fully qualified domain name. By using that name, we are in a position to connect. How you are accessing Gmail, Google.com, any particular Citibank.in, how you are going to access. The name is going to resolve with the IP address and send the communication from one end to another end. So this DNS is going to play a vital role in entire IT. Without DNS, you cannot imagine internet world. Okay. So we are going to cover all these theory topics along with these practical sessions. No worries, I'm going to cover. Just I'm going to launch this instance. Once it is connected, we are going to discuss further topics. Okay. So what are the details collected? IP address. I can connect with the IP, or else I can connect the name. These both are referring to my same instance, whatever the instance I deployed right now. Okay, whatever the instance I deployed. That's it. I have the details to connect. Where to get the password? I need a password. Okay, to connect. I'm able to connect. What is the name? For example, this is the IP. I'm going to open remote desktop. For every system, have this particular remote desktop connection client. Okay, if you are not using Windows, you can download this remote desktop. By default, in every Windows system, you will find this remote desktop connection, RDP. You can use RDP, type RDP or MSTSC, Microsoft Terminal Service Client, so that you are going to get the same connection. So I mentioned this. I'm able to connect. This is public IP. Once you have the internet, you are allowed to connect. Now I need to provide the credentials. What credentials I need to provide? Where to get the credentials? That's where once you select this instance, and once you select this instance, you have an option. See here, currently this instance is running and status check passed 2 by 2. Now see here in this particular dashboard, this connect option is grayed out. This connection option is grayed out. As soon as I select instance, I can go to the click on instance ID, or else I can click on this particular checkbox. As soon as I click on checkbox, the connect option is enabled. See here, I'm going to click on connect. So it is going to give the option where what is this client? RDP client. Session manager is a different service. We are EC2 serial console. This is a different service. So we are going to explore RDP client. This is a client we are going to explore. What are the details? See here, the same instance ID. What is the name I mentioned? It is populated here. And then if you don't have this remote desktop client, I can download remote desktop file to install, or else directly the same information, public DNS, the same information already copied. This is the same information to connect this particular system. And what is the username? Copy this username. Username is ready. Now I need to get the password. See here, the password, get password option is there. Click on get password. As soon as I click on get password, we need to match the image, whatever the image you deployed. In that image, there is a key already there, that is public key. We need to assign a private key, whatever the private key we created during the launching the instance. I'm going to attach that PEM file. See here, upload private key file. Where is that file? I downloaded and kept in this particular location in download. I'm going to open this. See here, as soon as uploaded private key, there is an option, decrypt the password. As soon as I click on decrypt password, I'm going to get the password. See here, this is a password I need to use to connect this instance. This is a password I need to use to connect this instance. So I am going to connect this from here in this particular system. Okay. If this is connected with IP address, I'm going to open one more to connect with DNS name. Both can connect. See here, both are going to connect the same thing. So I'm going to mention administrator and password. What is the password? I need to mention this password. What are the password I'm going to get? Click OK. That's it. I'm able to log into this Amazon image EC2 instance from my local system, from my desktop. I'm able to connect to this cloud, that is EC2 deployment. I didn't purchase a system. I didn't purchase the hardware. I didn't download ISO image. I didn't install, but I'm able to log into this particular Windows system. How it is possible? That's where the cloud plays a vital role to get that service. This service is free. I can use this service monthly 750 hours. I can do whatever I want in this particular instance. Now I'm going to create a user ID in this particular server. I'm going to ask someone to connect from their system. Will they able to connect or not? Will they able to connect or not? Anyone can connect. I deployed this system. I'm going to create a user. I'm going to provide a username, password, and then you are in a position to do that activity. Let me create one user ID so someone can connect from their systems. Is it easy or difficult to deploy this? Is it IT knowledge is required to deploy this system? Simple steps, right? It is easy to understand. Yes, Azmaz?
I think it is easy to understand, but the rate at which you were going, I think was too fast. I don't know if we were supposed to follow you along and do the same to create 1 or 2 instances, or we just have to watch then later on try to do it.
Yes, exactly, Azmazi. The thing is that first time you need to review. Second time you are going to refer. Third time, without a reference, you are in a position to create on your own. Okay, that first try to understand the topic, and then you first time you can refer this record session where I am clicking on. How did I click on? I'm changing the windows here and there. But once you understand the concept, record session 1 or twice you can watch, and then third time you are directly able to launch this instance without any difficulty. Okay, that's practice is required. That's what I'm keep on telling. With the practice only, you are in a position to do this kind of activities. Okay, for first time, everyone it is difficult. It is not for you, everyone. It is difficult. Only third
Okay,
time or fourth. Yes, please.
one last question. Under instance type on my, because I open my EC2 instance and try to follow at the same time. And in my instance type, I have T3 micro, but with yours, I saw it was T2 micro. I don't know what's the difference.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay, let me explain that. Let me create our user ID and then I'll come back to that question. User B183 user 1. I'm going to mention welcome. Create. Can anyone type this IP address 44.202? Open remote desktop client. Open remote desktop client. I'm providing this information. 44.202 11322. Can you type anyone? Is anyone trying? B183 user 1 is the username and password is welcome@123. W is in uppercase. Can anyone try? Are you able to connect 44.202.113.22 and username is B183 user 1 and password is W in uppercase welcome@123. Can anyone confirm? Is anyone trying?
I tried and I didn't connect. I have can't reach this page.
Perfect. See here that user, whatever the session I'm going to see here. This is a session which connected. Now that user is able to connect or not. Let me see that. Task manager.
It's a Windows server, right, Srini?
Windows server. Have you connected?
No.
Can anyone try connecting again? IP
No,
address
but
is
But it's publicly available, right? Why we are not able to connect?
It's publicly available. Are you type IP again? 44.202.
113.
113.22.
Yeah, I'm able to. Yeah, it's prompting me for an enter the credentials. Let me enter B183
3
user 1.
W uppercase. Welcome
Okay.
@123.
Okay.
See here, I'm in the same
No.
server. Now, are you able to log in?
I'm still on. I'm still unable to log in. It still shows me can't reach this page.
How about Kumar?
Yes, I'm able to log in now. It's connecting.
Okay. See here, this system instance is deployed in the cloud portal, wherein the system, it is with less resources. It is going to take second time, but the motto, the conclusion is here. See, B183, it is connected. From where? From here, I'm sitting in Bangalore. I'm sitting from my system, connected to the same system as administrator, and Kumar is able to connect with the same another user, 183, the same server, where this server is deployed in the cloud portal. From anywhere, from any place, we are in a position to connect the system and perform the action. Okay, only 2 users are allowed by default. Yes, Uzma?
We can increase, right?
We can increase by installing remote desktop session host, that is different configuration. You can connect any session. It will disconnect here and you can connect here. Okay. Yes, Usma.
Yeah, I'm disconnected. Someone is logged in with the same user.
Yes, yes. So this is a way from the cloud out how it is easy. I deployed this instance. For example, if you deploy the system in your home and you are using a system, same system, and install server operating system. To connect, you can connect, and if anyone is there in the same building, they can connect. For example, sitting on the same system, someone has to connect from the different location. Is it possible? This is possible wherein the cloud portal. So how easy it is. By simple deployment, I completed the action Windows administration action, network administration action, storage administration action, data center operation guy action. These many people has to complete the action to connect a particular system from different locations. But in cloud, who am I? I'm just a dumb guy, but able to connect, able to deploy, and able to establish communication from different locations. That's the advantage of cloud. Okay. Coming to that instances, the T2 micro as the see here, as soon as I click on launch instance, this is a configuration T2, that name. What is a, you are going to that market to purchase a system. Okay, what is a configuration you are looking for? You are going to market to purchase a mobile, Android mobile, Mac, Apple Mac. What is the definition here? This is a T2 micro means this T2 dot micro. See here the different variations. Each T2 nano, 1 CPU, 0.5 GB memory. T2 micro, T2 nano is one thing, T2 micro, it is 1 CPU, 1 GB memory. This is a configuration of the system. They named it as a T2 micro, T2 small, T2 other configurations. Clear? See here, C4.x large. C4.x large in the sense they are going to mention that this configuration details. That's it, nothing else.
So this is EC2 types. That
Instances configuration, what server, the free tier eligibility is only for few configurations. See here, only 2 configuration free tier is available. Other configuration is not eligible for free tier. We need to choose this configuration. Make sure The free tier is available highlighted here. That is important. Okay. Wherever you are selecting, the free tier eligibility should be matched. Okay. If you are not looking that free tier and deploy, for example, I'm going to deploy instead of free tier, there is another configuration is available. See here, I selected without knowing C4 and 8x large. See here, is the free tier option is highlighted here? Is the free tier option is highlighted here? No. What is the C4 8x large? That means it is for business critical application. That business critical application requires 36 vCPUs. 36 vCPUs. What is a free tier configuration? 1 CPU. What is a free tier memory configuration? Only 1 GB. Here, what is the memory? 60 GB for this particular server. This is all depends upon what service you are going to choose. Okay, what is my requirement? For a free tier account, it is a certain limitations are there. If you are going to install an application that requires a more memory, more CPU power, then you can practice. What is the charges? Charges is here. For Windows pricing, see here, on-demand Windows pricing, what is the per hour charge? $3.091. That will be prompt for your billing. Okay. So we are going to discuss about more on this. Now with simple connection, then we are going to discuss about cloud concept, how it is easy and all those things in next session. For today, it is a Friday, that is third session. There is no sessions are available on Saturday and Sunday. So next session will be there on Monday. See you all on Monday, fourth session. We'll discuss about more about this EC2 instance, yeah, and cloud concepts. Before closing, any questions?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that clarification with the instance type. I also wish to maybe, I don't know, I was unable to log in or to access the what is that? The
Are you able to? Are you able to?
Yeah, this. I was unable, so I don't know. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm using Microsoft Edge as my my research engine, or should I use the Chrome? I don't know. Does that make a difference?
It doesn't matter. It is not going to be browser based. It is remote desktop client. Are you using what laptop you are using? What voice is there?
I'm using Dell.
Dell, it is a hardware model, operating system, Windows, Linux, Mac, Windows.
Microsoft, yeah.
Okay, go to this run command, remote. This remote desktop, are you able to get this remote desktop?
Okay.
This is a remote desktop, not a browser. You need to open this remote desktop.
Yeah, it's opened.
Now type this IP address 44.202.113.22.
Yeah.
Now, are you getting the prompt to enter username and password?
No, username non-specified.
Yeah, you need to mention the username here. This is a username B183. See, I highlighted in this B183 user 1. Mention this.
Yeah, do I after putting the 44.22, should I take connect before adding the username?
No, not required. Just click on connect. Once you enter the IP address, just click on connect.
Okay, yeah, okay. Username now. Yeah, good.
B183
user
1. And password is W is in uppercase. Welcome and 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Click on S.
Okay, good. Then see at the remote computer cannot be verified. Do you want to connect anyway? Yes. Is that?
Yes, click on yes. So that's it. You are able to connect.
It is loading.
Yes, perfect. That's it. You are successfully connected. I'm deployed in my system, and you are able to connect from South Africa, Cameroon. That's the beauty of the cloud.
Mm,
Okay.
beautiful. Okay.
That's it. You can log off and just you can click on instance and you can share with someone to try to connect. That means you successfully created the instance. We are going to discuss more in next session. Yeah. Thank you, Asmis.
Okay.
What's it? Kumar, what is the question?
No, just we can go for an both operating systems or multiple operating systems. That would be fine. We can, if we have time to
Yes, yes.
create an instance Linux also.
Yes, we can create Amazon Linux. Just select Amazon
Yeah,
Linux
yeah.
here and click license. But only thing is that I'm going to showcase in Monday session creating Amazon Linux instance.
Sure.
The
That
key
is
pair
fine
is
then.
different. Key
Yeah,
pair is going to be different.
that is fine then.
Yeah. Okay. We are going to learn each and every topic. No worries. It is your need to practice. Whatever the
Yeah.
topic we learn here, you need to try to deploy, try to connect. That navigation is important. Okay.
Navigation and AWS portal.
Yes, navigation in AWS portal. See, click on services, go to compute and click on EC2 and where to click on launch instance. If I'm searching here and there, I cannot launch instance. First, I need to go click on launch instance. I need to choose where to click Windows, selected Windows. This is called navigation. In this particular AWS portal, everything is available. It's just a click away. You no need to configure the coding, no need to do anything. You just click away, each and everything is just a click away. That's it. Yeah. Okay, that's all for today's session. We'll see you on next session on Monday.
One last thing, please.
Yes, please.
I don't know. I think it would be great to have relationships with other students so that, you know, for better understanding. There are some people who may be too advanced and understand these things better, but we have a WhatsApp group where it's just limited to just the administrators to comment. And right now, if I want to reach out to a student to, you know, for help, I don't know where I could go to with the videos, or let's say this
See here.
Zoom session. We barely don't have anybody.
This is the mail ID, my mail ID. If you have any concerns while doing the practice and the sessions, you can shoot a mail to this particular mail ID, srinivas@logiclabtech.com. Just note down this mail ID. I'm going to copy this and put it in the chat window. So you can send a mail communication. I'm glad to help you, everyone. Only thing is that you need to describe what is the issue and where you are stuck. So I'm in a position to reply to your question by looking at screen capture. Just mention screen capture also, where you are getting the error. Okay, this record session is more than enough. Where do 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. This record session, if you watch, you will able to get that information. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay then. Okay then. See you in next session.
See you.
Important thing is that please register, enroll the sessions. Yeah, that is important thing. After 5 sessions, 6th session onwards, you are going to get the details. Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for all your participants. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.